Folks, what I got to do today is I got to do what's called a honeydew. And Tammy was outside and I come walking outside, and you know what she likes to do when I come outside? She goes, "Randy, we got to do something about the water for the animals." So I said, "Why? What's wrong with the water?" She says, "Well, it's got all kinds of crap in it." And I said, "What do you mean it's got all kinds of crap?" She says, "There's all kinds of stuff in the line. And I don't want to water the rabbits until I get it all out or get it cleaned up or figure out what's wrong." That's what she said. She said, "I want to figure out, or we need to figure out what's wrong with the water." There's nothing wrong with the water. Okay, the water comes out of the well. Of course, we have to make do with well water like everybody else. And we don't have a filter system on it, although we really should. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to do that. But what we've got here is I got this automatic watering system set up out here. All right, you know, I got a 5-gallon bucket that sits right up here, and I got a plastic nipple. All right, I drilled a hole, got a screw in it. If you saw our previous videos on the rabbits, you know, I showed you, you know, what I did, okay? And I got a little plastic nipple. This hose here attaches to. This is a 5/16 hose, all right? And I've already gone through and done this one here, but basically what's going on and is we've got these hoses that go in between the nipples, you know, for the rabbits to nibble on, I guess, to get water out of them, all right? But they got all this crap in there, you know. You see all this green stuff, you know, all that right there. That's kind of like restricting the flow of the water. And so basically what I've got to do is I've got to get these all cleaned out. Now I've done 1 or 2 of them already, but I thought maybe I'd go ahead and take a moment and kind of share this with you. You know, I mean, you got to think about it now. You got Tammy who didn't know what to do, and so, you know, there's probably a lot of other ladies out there that are watering their chickens and taking care of their rabbits, and they might have some of these automatic watering systems, you know, so to save their husbands the aggravation trying to figure out what's going on, I thought I'd show you real quick, okay? All right, so let's, you know, this one here I've already cleaned. I've got to get this, you know, get all these parts and pieces basically blowed out. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that in just a second. Now, where did that one piece go? I had. All right, all these nipples on here, you know, I've got a, I'll just take it off again to show you. I got these, you know, little pieces of tubing on here, and they hook to the, you know, the automatic feeder. And you just take the automatic feeder. You know what? I'll leave a link down below in case you guys want to get these. If you have animals that you might want to set these up for. These things, these things are like awesome, okay? I asked Tammy, you know, what she thought about them after we put them in, and she says, oh, they're just great. She says, I don't have to go out there but every couple days and make sure that the buckets are full, you know. But while you're watering the animals, you need to check a lot of your fittings and make sure that, you know, they're not getting plugged up, okay? It just so happens that here, let me pull this one here out of here. And let me show you this one here. All right, if you look on the inside of that, that is all filled with crud. Yeah, there you go. I can see that. And you know, these little hoses right here, you know, develop the algae buildup. And so you've got to get in here and you got to clean everything out. I'm just gonna stick that there because I'm not ready to work on that one. And just for informational purposes, what you've got on these nipples is you got these little ends, if you can see that. And the rabbit just goes up in there and kind of bites it or nips on it with its jaws. And then the water comes out so they can drink. And then it comes with a little spring. You hook it onto the end of it. And then you push this over, tighten that spring up. It's got a hook on the other side. And that's what helps, you know, hold that on there so the rabbits can get to it. Now I've already gone through and cleaned this one out. I've got that little tube attached to that nipple, and then I've got that hose right there, which is what's going to feed the water through. Okay, well, I got that first one done already. What I need to do is go ahead and kind of grab all these parts and pieces. The water hose doesn't quite reach all the way out here, and so I've got to go over to where the water hose is, and then you know, get these all blowed out. Boy, I got a mess of them over here, don't I? All right, those actually don't look bad at all. All right. I don't know why that water just wanted to build up the algae on that end. Maybe oxygen supply, I don't know. But I'm going to take these over here. Those seem to look okay. I don't see any green in those, but I'm going to get these cleaned out here. So let's go get us a water hose and do some cleaning. Okay, now that I'm situated where I can do this, you know, I'm going to take basically the algae built up in this hose. It's a 5/16 hose, and you know, this is what, you know, hooks up to the water feeder. But I'm just going to take a spray nozzle. The spray nozzle's got these little round ends on the end of it. See that right there? I just set that up on full, and then I just blow. I just squeeze in, I'll let it flow, and the jet stream from the hose will go in there, and it'll wear through and take that algae off the side of the walls. And I'm just going to say probably about 95% or so, which is going to be plenty enough for the you know, to clean the line out. Now the next thing I need to find me a chicken feather. Where's a chicken feather? I want a big one. Hold on here. Ah, there we go. Oh, you guys hush. I gotta get in there and clean their water out and do the same thing to theirs. Their system is just a little different, although it's it works on the same principle. But I've got this tee, this plastic tee. Okay, that's attached to this nipple. See, that's where they push it up and get their water from. I got a little bit of algae inside the tee and that little bit of hose. But I'm going to take this chicken feather, and I'm actually going to run it through. I'm going to go in here and scrape and poke out all that algae, and we'll run it right through. See that? That algae come right off. and it's on the feather. See? I wonder what else he's after. I don't know. She come flying by though. Alright. Just gonna do that. Oh God, that's spotless in there. I love it. And I'm gonna take the feather, clean out this end. Yeehaw. Boy, I bet you guys didn't think you was gonna see this today, did you? All right. And let me take that hose and just kind of bend over this gut. And I'll put that over the hole. Yikes. Squirt me right in the face, right? Maybe if I wouldn't have my face in the way. And there we go. Alright, so that's all nice and clean inside. See that? Nice, clean, and pretty. I just hook that hose right back in on the end of the nipple. Or that T, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the feeder for or the waterer, for the rabbits. It goes back on there, just like that. Okay. So now that I got a clean hose, and now that I got that clean, I got just one more I got to do, and then we'll go hook it back up. All right. Got them both done. Get these guys back on here. Oh yeah, you know she's wanting some water. All right, so get that clip. Reconnect that line there. Wrong one. What happened to the other line? Oh, haha. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay, so we'll get that all hooked back up, just like that. And let's see, I got another one right here. And so really, all I want to do just get to make sure I have free water, free flowing water in the hoses. That's all you got to make sure that you do. If I was to put something over these hoses to shield it from the UV rays, you know, I've heard that keeps the algae inside of these hoses cleared out, but you know, I mean, I don't have any kind of shaded area to put it, and if anybody's got any ideas, I could wrap it, but that just don't make no sense either. So I just blow them out every couple of months. Other than that, this thing here is ready to put some water back in the bucket and get these rabbits what they're looking for. And that's some clean, fresh water. I'm gonna get this bucket filled up with some water and sat back up here for Tammy. But you'll also want to take your chicken feather, if you got one, and you'll want to kind of like run it up in there. Make sure it's blowed out. Take water, dump it. I got that rinsed out, got it all cleaned up. I got it all filled with water. And what I've got to do right now is I just got to get it and set it up here on top of the rabbit cage. Okay, Tammy can't get up here, lift that water bucket up. So what she usually does is she brings over a little bit at a time in a bucket and then stands, you know, in a bucket down here and then pours it in. And it's got a lid, you know, to help keep all the leaves and the crud out. Oh, what I did, yeah, I was going to show you that. What I did is I took a chicken feather, folded it in half, and stuck it in there to keep that water from running out. Now I'm going to plug the hose up, and it's just going to roll right on down the line. Just going to reach in there, make sure water's flowing. I see water dribbling. Yep, a little bit. She's getting her some water. Look at her go to town. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that fella right there, he's getting him some water too. Yep, now these, ow. That rooster comes over here. I'm gonna have to get him. These look like they're good as far as the lines go, but what Tammy was talking about, I reckon, is the inside of these bowls that are exposed and hold the water. They got some algae buildup in there, so I'm just going to kind of wipe those out, and then I'm going to get a hose and clean it. And these things here work, you know, as the water leaks out, or as they drink the water, it just, I don't know how to say it. The more water they drink, the lighter that bowl gets. It goes down. It'll drip water into it, and as they peck on it and go down into the bowl, it just keeps these little bowls of water full. So I'm just gonna rinse them out real good, and I'm gonna fill their 5-gallon bucket up with water, and they'll be done. Yeah, just squirt them out. Nice, clean water containers. Well, there you have it. Another honeydew done. Y'all have a good one.